Israel killed Hossam, and Israel killed two journalists yesterday. One of them is someone who I frequently talk to get updates. He was a contributor to Al Jazeera. I've talked about him before. His name is Hossam Shabat. He was 23 years old. Israel had put him on a leaflet claiming that he was a terrorist alongside 5 other journalists a couple months prior, which was a death sentence. And I reached out to him at the time when I saw that, and he did not seem discouraged. He was steadfast, and till the very last breath, he was trying to put the word out about what was happening to his people, what was happening to the Palestinians. Dylan Saba had a really good statement on this, and I want to read it. He said, Hossam was 23 years old. Israel killed him. At age 7, he saw Israel's ground invasion of Gaza that killed 1,400 Palestinians. At age 10, a major air assault. At age 11, another ground invasion that killed 2,200. At age 19, another massive bombing campaign. And at age 22, the start of this Holocaust. He faced a genocide his entire life as the world conspired to forget and erase his existence and those of his people. We will never erase the moral stain of this horror. Yeah, Israel is deliberately targeting the last couple of journalists that are basically alive in Gaza at this point. Yeah, one of his last messages that he ever posted was actually about his colleague that Israel had assassinated a couple moments prior, like an hour prior to his own assassination. These are real human beings. These are real human beings. They have dreams. Hossam himself became a journalist. Like, he's this is a person who should have gone to college, should have lived a whole life, and it was taken from him. That opportunity was taken from him by the genocidal apartheid regime that only gets to do this with our weapons, with our tax dollars, with our funds, and with our go-ahead. I don't know what else to say. Here's his final statement from his team. He wrote this, and his team published it. This is Hossam's team, and we're sharing his final message. If you're reading this, it means I have been killed, most likely targeted by the Israeli occupation forces. When all this began, I was only 21 years old, a college student with dreams like anyone else. For the past 18 months, I have dedicated every moment of my life to my people. I documented the horrors in northern Gaza minute by minute, determined to show the world the truth they tried to bury. I slept on pavements, in schools, in tents, anywhere I could. Each day was a battle for survival. I endured hunger for months, yet I never left my people's side. By God, I fulfilled my duty as a journalist. I risked everything to report the truth, and now I am finally at rest, something I haven't known in the past 18 months. I did all this because I believe in the Palestinian cause. I believe this land is ours, and it has been the highest honor of my life to die defending it and serving its people. I ask you now, do not stop speaking about Gaza. Do not let the world look away. Keep fighting. Keep telling our stories until Palestine is free. For the last time, Hossam Shabat from northern Gaza. He was one of the few remaining journalists in northern Gaza as Israel shut off the Netzarim corridor and decided to starve out the northern Gazan population leading up to the ceasefire. He was one of the only people who was able to give others information on the accelerated genocide that was taking place in northern Gaza. I was supposed to bring him on the broadcast, and I had legitimate worries that having him on the broadcast would put even additional crosshairs on him, and I didn't want to, have any responsibility for that. And Israel went ahead and killed him anyway. It's just insane to think about that. It's insane that this is a calculation that people make. He also was a contributor to Drop Site News alongside Al Jazeera as well. So yeah, rest in power, Hossam Shabat. I'm glad that at least he's now finally found peace. On the other hand, I do want to show you something more positive. If you want to understand the impact of someone like him, like a kid himself, if you want to understand, I just want to show you this. Here's Hossam in his car, in his press vest, talking to a Gazan kid. She says, I swear I missed you. They said that you were martyred. Why? You mean why? When the occupation entered the north. We were about to mourn you, man. I swear. Was it that bad? We missed you. What do you believe in? He asks, and she says that there's no God but Allah. I swear to God that I came down to see you. I swear by Almighty God that I came down to see you. So you missed us. I swear I missed you all. You're a real champ. So then Hossam asks, what do you do? What do you want to be when you grow up? And she says, a journalist. And I was thinking, how am I supposed to become a journalist now if Hossam Shabat were martyred? How am I supposed to become a journalist then? Why martyred? Why martyred then? No, may God keep you safe. But how am I supposed to become a journalist then? He said, we'll make you into a journalist, inshallah. Why is this still going on? Why can't you Americans protest nonstop? We do. We do. Just like the Turks are protesting nonstop against Erdogan, just like the Serbs are protesting against their government, Americans are protesting against the American government as well. We are entering a new era in which our cries, our words are not that consequential. I still won't stop. And I don't think that this can continue. I don't think that this can go on. I don't think that this kind of death, this kind of carnage can continue without real consequences for those who dish it out. And while we're having these conversations, while I'm showing you this, there are active initiatives to obviously suppress any kind of student activism. And it's actually seen a lot of success in the United States of America. As you know, I covered the fact that Columbia University completely capitulated after trying to actively suppress the student movements that were trying to divest from the state that's doing this. A perfectly reasonable and moral demand. The bare minimum demand. Really. They fired and took away the diplomas of Jewish students like Grant Minor, who was the head of the student union, like the student workers union, a UAW student union there, teachers union, student union there. And they kidnapped Mahmoud Khalil in the dead of the night, a legal permanent resident. And it's not going to end there, because this issue is so glaringly obvious and so unimaginably cruel. If they can't stop the public from seeing the reality through censorship, they're going to continue trying to suppress speech to the best of their ability. I'll keep keep using the limited time I have on this earth to bring awareness to the horrors that all oppressed people experience. Because I think ultimately that's what everyone should be doing. Any amount of privilege you have, you should use towards this goal. Yeah. Keck W kidnapped. Omega Law. Yes, ICE did kidnap Mahmoud Khalil. That's precisely what they did. When a state entity unjustifiably targets someone for political actions, for political speech, and then actively admits that they have no real criminal action here and that they simply want to detain someone falsely and put them in prison falsely and try to revoke their legal permanent residency falsely, that's a kidnapping. You are a cowardly little Nazi roach. Many in those Twitter replies are trying to say he wasn't a journalist. How do you respond to those scum? There is no reason to reply to those fucking losers. Oh, he was a sniper. Yeah, as an average Asman fan, not kidnapped. He was a sniper. He was a sniper. Okay, dude, sure. I know. Every single time Israel assassinates someone, they are actually an enemy combatant. Totally. Totally. What do? When has Israel not fucking lied? When has Israel not lied? They lie all the time. Non-stop. This person was a credentialed reporter who was a contributor to Al Jazeera and numerous other outlets. Israel has never told the truth. And its defenders have nothing. They have no morality. Why do they keep saying you are a Nazi? I don't get it. What? I think some of you guys are very stupid. I'm sorry to say this, okay? They're saying I'm a Nazi because I'm criticizing Israel, which is the real Nazi regime of modernity, okay? It's that simple. They falsely conflate Israel with Judaism and say any sort of criticism of one of the most powerful fucking states that is backed by the most powerful state on the planet to do unlimited genocide upon a captive population of indigenous people to the land. If you ever criticize them, God forbid, you must be the biggest anti-Semite on the planet.